What's up, all you Kevins? We're out at Foxtoberfest 2024, and I found an awesome Saleen over here. Amazing story behind this car. We're going to get all the details, so stick around and watch the whole video. Here with the owner, David Sellers. David, how's it going, man?
I'm doing well.
Good. Thanks for bringing the car out. This is awesome having this many Saleens in one place.
It is.
I mean, Foxtoberfest, everybody that put this thing on and made this happen, thank you guys for getting 100 almost is the goal. Saleens out here, I hadn't even counted. I don't know how many, but there's a ton.
Yeah. In fact, I was at this show a few years ago and met Mike Charles and talked to him about buying this car. So I didn't own a Saleen the first time I came to Foxtoberfest. Here I am back with one.
I love it. This is a really cool story on this car, so I want you to share it. Start us off with what the car is exactly.
So it's an 88 Saleen.
I'll let you hold this.
Number 526. This car has got quite a storied history. The car was owned by Rex McCoppin.
Okay.
Rex McCoppin is a name probably many people don't know, but he worked with Kenny Brown to build the original 86 and 87 Saleen team cars.
Correct.
So, and there was quite a lot of work that went into building those cars, and I'm sure lots of history we don't have time to cover. But ultimately, Rex ended up building this car for his own pleasure on the track.
Wow.
And of course worked with a lot of Kenny Brown's very OG parts back in the day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, let's see some of them. Start us off in the engine.
Yeah, so the car actually has kind of an interesting story because it was at one point wrecked, and as part of that process when it was rebuilt, it was rebuilt with a non-standard, but there's a Kenny Brown bar here.
Okay.
Something that Rex said, hey, I'm doing an upgrade on this. And a lot of the caster camber plates and things like that, if you look at them, they are very, very OG, have Kenny Brown tags on them from very, very beginning of time of Kenny Brown's products. This car also, because of the fact that he had all this experience racing and building those other race cars, he incorporated a ton of interesting tricks into it. So as an example, there is an oil cooler, actually power steering pump cooler, hidden right up there. Down below here, there's an oil cooler tucked away. There's brake duct work that you really can't see, but it's all plumbed in there. And then.
So tell us a little bit more about this piece right here. This is a very thing I don't want to skip this.
That's true. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so this piece, this is one thing that people watching this video have definitely not seen. So what do we got here?
Yeah, good call. Actually, I'm going to step out of there. So if you notice, it says fuel injected V8. This is basically a developmental piece that Ford gave the Saleen teams to be able to go and hopefully make hay on the racetracks.
Yeah.
And although a number of them were made, most of them have been destroyed. I've never seen another one, and every person who's ever seen this car has never seen another one. So the intake manifold, though, does bear a lot of the part numbers you'd see on any production 88 iterations of things when Rex was trying to make it faster and faster. In fact, I keep up with Rex. He's still alive and kicking out there.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah, as I was talking to him about this car, the irony was, he was saying, man, there's all these things you can do to make it faster. And he was all about me making it faster. I'm like, Rex, I'm going to preserve it just how you did it. So yeah, as much as he wanted me to change the intake manifold, no way.
No way, dude. That's too cool. We just had a guy pull up right next to us. That's part of the story because you bought the car from Mike.
That's right.
Correct?
That's right.
And you bought this car, why?
I chased this car because I bought 87 number 919R. It was taken apart. And it was crashed, and Saleen took it apart because they didn't want to sell a wrecked car.
Okay.
So the K member, Stu Akers, told me was in this car. And
for your race car?
For the race car. And Kenny Brown had modified the K members for the race cars. The motor sits lower.
Okay.
Just different things about it. The control arm's set in a different place.
Mm-hmm.
So I chased the car, found the car, and bought it for the K member. And then, I sell him the car. He takes the K member out of the car, and it's marked 19 on the K member.
Really?
Yeah, it's carved into it.
It was carved into it.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
It's got a lot of Kenny Brown pieces on it.
Steve had just gotten his Saleen Mustangs homologated for the SCCA Pro Endurance Racing Series. And he had the cars homologated, he had the car, but he was kind of like, where do I go from here? So long story short, Dr. Dan, my friend, came back and talked to me. I had a couple conversations with Steve on the phone. And this was like early in the season, so it's like right before the Long Beach Grand Prix. So I flew out and met with Steve. We put a deal together, we sent some money out to help build the first car and start the Seline racing program in early '86. First car was built at Fred's shop up in Sacramento because it was just real close to the track. Well, I went out and I took Rex, my sidekick, with me, and we built the first car in Fred's shop and did Sears Point, and then right after that was the Portland race. And we did so well. I mean, and to me, looking back, it was kind of a comedy of errors, but at the time we did really well. General Tire was impressed, and the car was shipped from California, from Fred's shop back to my shop, which at the time was in Omaha. And we picked up, and then we built a second car from scratch. And so, in essence, this is the very first Mustang I ever built. And, I have to, put a big shout out and thanks to Steve for, putting this program together and letting me participate. Because from that's kind of like, it's changed my entire career path from pure racing into racing plus aftermarket performance street cars plus racing Mustangs.
So a couple other things that I think are kind of cool as I was talking with Rex about this car is that he remembered so many details of putting this car together. And in fact, when I put the original Saleen seats back in the car, he was a little disappointed in that because he had put race seats in this. Now they weren't in the car when I got it, but you can tell Rex is a through and through racer. And I hope when he sees this video, he realizes just how cool this car is. I think I was pretty enthusiastic talking with him. I have a lot of history. This car's been on every racetrack that you can think of, and I've got some pretty neat video of that. Around the back of the car, it has dumps and something that Rex called the Rex pipe. It's actually an X pipe that was built by a NASCAR team.
Really?
In, I believe, 1989. And so it stops just underneath the car because it has also Kenny Brown rear suspension on it that's got I forget now what they call them, the brace though that's in the back, a panhard bar. Rex and Kenny both agreed later on, Rex was right. We needed heavier springs. This car's got them. So we drove from Ohio with these 1,000-pound springs, and it handles 500 miles down. It'll do 500 miles back tonight.
Cool. Well, hey, thank you so much for showing us the car. I appreciate it very much, David.
You bet.
Enjoy the rest of Foxtoberfest. Thanks for being on the channel.
You bet, man. It's a pleasure. Have a great day.
Thanks.